What's going on, cadets? Today we are going to be training on impounding vehicles and getting them out of impound. Alright? First, impounding a vehicle is pretty simple. You don't have to be inside. All you have to do is T/impound. Enter, right? Alright, and then it'll pop up this thing, right? Air impound is for air impound, boat impound, yada yada. Sandy, if you impound something, probably just put it in city. I don't think we use this very much. Anyways, you click on car impound city, right? Let's just say there's a car parked in the middle of the road, right? And you're gonna impound it. It would be 10K, right, for illegal parking, right? And then you just do that in the description. Or if it was a chase, then it'd be 20K, chase. Or let's just say bad happened. 75K is the max, by the way. So you do 75K mass shootout. Oh, if I can spell, Anyways, shootout, right? And, massive shootout, chase, whatever. And then, you need to impound it, right? If it's higher than a chase, right? So, what I mean is if someone runs like a 1080 or gets shot at, anything above impound is going to be 6 hours, pretty much any chase, right? But if it's just, you're just impounding it, that's 0 hours. And make sure this is not blue. If this is blue, they can just walk in. Excuse me. They could just walk in and grab it out without paying. So we want that off always. Right, I'll leave it to right there. So we do that, yada yada, and then the car goes to impound. But that was a PD vehicle, so it won't actually show up here. Right. And if I'm not mistaken, the freshest vehicles spawn at the very bottom. So this has been in here for a pretty long time. Let's see. Okay, so this one. I don't know if there's any more. Okay, see how this doesn't have. So this one has 10K legally parked, right? Um, who knows. So this one has 10K legally parked, and this one doesn't have anything, right? That's kind of weird. I don't know, what happened. Maybe they forgot. Make sure you do that so we can, because if this is a 75K shootout, we're missing out on 75K, right? And we don't know. So make sure to put, what you're doing. Hold on. All right. Anyways, so that's how you impound a vehicle, right? And then this is the more complicated thing. This is getting cars out of impound. So someone's gonna walk up and say, "Hey, I need," or they'll just show up at PD and they'll say, "Hey, I need so and so's car," or it should be my car. Yeah, it has to be them getting the car out, or else we can't do that, right? So let's just say it's this one right here. I did it. I did 10K legal park. It's probably parked where it should, you know. So it will be 12 QM5 or MS948, right? So they're gonna walk up and be like, "Hey, this is my car." They're either gonna know the license plate or they're gonna give you the name, right? So you go into your MDT, and the one we're doing, for example, is gonna be Leonardo, right? There's gonna be two, or it could be however many. It could be one or 100 Leonardos, you know. And so this one, right, this bottom one has no vehicles, so we don't have to look there, right? So this first one, excuse me, Leonardo Pino, right? There's a bunch of them, right? He has 5 vehicles, right? But it was like an NSQ. If you look back, it's NQ right? But when we look in our MDT on Leonardo, there's no NSQ, right? But this one is 12QMS948, right? So this is his vehicle, and if we know it's him, the phone number, we can track it down that way, right? Or they're gonna be like, hey, It starts with 12Q, yada yada. You'll put that in, and bam, right? That starts with 12Q. And then you can like look it up from there, right? So there's a couple things that we need to do before. So let's just say we find it here, right? We're gonna tell them, hey, so this car was illegally parked, which is 10K, right? You'll tell them that. They're probably going to be like, well, it wasn't mine, yada yada. I'll be like, hey, sorry, there's nothing I can do because, you know, um, that's what we have it down for, and a lot of people steal them and do that, make the fines really high, 75K. Um, and then if they be like, yeah, just bill me, right? Before there's two things. You can spawn it right here, like right outside, and you can give them the car that way, or you can return it to the owner, right? You'll ask them, hey, do you want me to spawn it or return to owner? And they'll say, okay, I'm gonna return it to owner. Okay, you'll be like, so I'm gonna fine you now. So you do T/fine, and then let's just say his ID is 69, right? And then you do space, or you do fine space 69 space, and since it was a legal park, it'd be $10,000, right? And that's how you'd place it. Don't do it. If you don't know the ID, you'd have to go back and press your home messile and figure it out that way, right? So let's just say he does the 10K. You charge him for the 10K. All you have to do is press here and then press spawn vehicle, right? Um, so the main things on impounding a car is making sure it's the right amount and making sure um, you're putting the right stuff on it, right? So don't just do 10K, don't just do 20K. Do write down the number, so 10K, 20K, 30K, yada yada, so forth. 75K is the max. Remember, so it's 10K to 75K. I think in the SOPs it will say that, but yeah. So max is 75K, lowest is 10K for legal parking. And then you'll be like legal parking, 20K chase, 75K massive shootout chase, it just depends, right? So after that, that's pretty much all for impounding. But getting car on the impound, make sure it's the right vehicle. Make sure the guy who's doing it is him, right? You can't just don't just pull it out just because, oh, that is my car. Well, I need to see some ID. I gotta make sure it's your car. Because if it's a 10K car and then they take it, make it 75K, that's bad on our part, right? Um, and then make sure they pay before you take it out. Those are the main things. So yeah, make sure they pay, and then ask them if they want it spawned here or put back in the garage. But yeah.